Hello, cartoon fanatics, RJ here, and welcome back to Cartoon Corner. If you couldn't tell from the weird noises I made at the beginning, today we're diving into the newest episode of The Owl House. The more I see of this show, the more excited I get with its potential, so let's get right into things. This episode follows Luz's first official day living in the Boiling Isles. Right out of the gate, she is determined to become a fantastic witch, just like the fantasy character in her book. Instead, she gets stuck running deliveries for Ida, with a reluctant king offering jabs at every turn. The two come across this large manor where a mysterious wizard lives, and Luz is more than happy to jump onto his opportunity of a hero's quest. When she tells Ida and King of the chance, they laugh it off, leaving Luz to move forward on her own. Luz's hopes and dreams of the Boiling Isles is a very upbeat, exciting, magical fantasy world. She wants the Boiling Isles to be exactly like the fantasy world in her book, with quirky characters, magical quests and items, and most importantly, the Chosen One's path. The Chosen One is a pretty common trope in fantasy stories, the most prominent one being from the Harry Potter series. It's the idea of you're extra special compared to all of the other special people, and it's solely up to you to save the world and no one else. There's a lot of media that feeds into this idea because the young audience can place themselves in the main character's shoe and imagine themselves in that situation, being amongst all the awe and wonder and the challenges and coming out on top. And Luz is definitely doing that here. The Boiling Isles is more putrid than whimsical, so she's determined to find not just any fantasy, but her specific fantasy. So, while Luz is off venturing on this fantastic quest and meeting fun characters she definitely enjoys, Ida discovers that the wizard is all just a disguise and a big trap, so she and King charge off to rescue Luz. Once again, we see Ida charge headfirst into a situation where the opposing force is specifically trying to get to her, but she goes in anyway to protect those she cares about and also to make those she cares about happy, like with King in the previous episode. For a witch that tries to act like she doesn't care about much, she cares a lot more than she lets on. What? No. I said I was done making Gravity Falls references, but it does remind me a bit of Grunkle Stan. Okay, that's it. I'm talking about the climax of this episode before I fall down the triangle conspiracy hole again. He's out there somewhere. Luz fulfills her fake magical quest, and once she realizes she's been lured into a trap, she's completely furious. Ida and King race into the rescue, only to be trapped by this disguised demon creature that is super gross to look at. Where am I supposed to look? At its eyes? His mouth? The tentacles? My guts feel nasty no matter where I look. Good monstrous character design? Anyway, Luz officially saves Ida and King again when she strikes her He-Man inspired sword through the demon's head, shrinking the demon down to a tiny octopus, and Ida eats it. Again, gross, but that's kind of the style of this environment, and that's the point this episode is striving home to its audience. It's not the happy-go-lucky, fantastical journey, and the Boiling Isles isn't this wondrous land where you can walk around and go, oh, ah. Luz definitely tries to do that, and she nearly gets eaten for staring. No, the Boiling Isles is a magical, hot mess. It's gross, it's weird, and it's not looking for some chosen one to come along and rescue it. But that doesn't mean the world is all horrible either. At the end of the episode, Ida shows Luz the Boiling Isles from a sky view, showing how the town is nestled in the middle of a giant fossilized ribcage of this ginormous creature, and Luz begins to see that this might not be the fantasy world she wanted, but it still has wonderful moments if she chooses to look for them. And as the episode ends on this adorable scene of Luz, Ida, and King looking over the Boiling Isles, I'm more interested in the giant skeleton. What's the story behind this beast? Are there living animals like it, or was it some great foe that had been defeated a long time ago? Could it be brought back to life? And if so, what would that do to the town living inside of its bones? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into this too deep again. But it's sure fun to speculate. Alright, now for a couple of highlights of this episode. King is absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh, I love this character so much. He tries so hard to be fierce and scary, but he just can't help it and be cute, and he knows it too. I love watching the interactions between him and Luz. They're so pure and fun. Also, I cracked up so hard when Hooty, the owl on the door of the owl house, would stretch around to interact with people inside the house and they'd just smack him and he'd retreat all angry and go, "Geez, ouch!" Certainly my favorite comedic moments of the episode. I feel you there, Hooty. I feel you so hard. So, yeah, another fun episode that shows how much more the Owl House has to give us, and I'm looking forward to the next one. If you like this review, you can give a thumbs up and press that like button, or subscribe and ring the bell to stay notified on upcoming Cartoon Corners and other fun videos. I'm leaving my video pick from our channel down below in the description if you're curious about what else this channel has to offer. I'm RJ, this was Cartoon Corner, and it's freezing where I live right now. Ugh. I think I'd enjoy vacationing in the Boiling Isles right now. My toes are so cold.